Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So on today's video we're going to be carrying on with the questions that were asked, that you guys wanted to know, and I'm here to tell you. So we'll see how many we can get through. Once again, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel so you can keep it up to date with basically my progress as to becoming a teacher and then finally being a teacher, and also there's lots of hints and tips. Comment down below if you have questions as well, some things that I haven't answered. I am here to try and help as much as possible, and I'm keen to do so. So don't forget to subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when the next video is coming up. Obviously on my channel I do some of my family vlogs as well. But every Tuesday and Thursday I'm doing the Teacher Tuesday videos. Okay, so straight to the video, and I'm just looking at Nicola. Once again, Nicola's provided me with a whole host of questions. Thank you so much to you, Nicola. And she has asked me, how do I prepare for my first placement? Okay, so I am just about to prepare for my second placement. I'm just about to go on to it. So I'm going to be doing the same thing as I did for my first placement. Now this, I recommend that you have a big folder. I'll show you my big folder. This is my big folder with all my paperwork in it. And this will be your placement folder. And basically what I did is I started to fill that up. So the first thing that you want to fill it up with, or certainly that I did, it was your policies. So the school's policies, so the policies that I've got, I'm just going to turn that right over. I have got the GCSE, the General Teaching Council Scotland guidelines in here as well, because I thought that was quite useful. I had a good look through that, what was expected of me, making sure that I was being professional at all times. Yeah, those kind of things. I'm just flicking through to see if there's anything. Oh yes, and there is placement guidelines that you are given. So I printed all them off as well, made sure that I had all of that to hand, ready for when I went out. So the type of policies that I've got the child protection policy. You'll find out who the named person is for your children as well. So depending on what level you're at, may be a different person. It may not always be just be the head teacher. It may be the deputy head teacher, but there'll always be your named person and your child protection officer as well. So find out who they are in your particular school. It may present itself there when you're out in experience. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything will be all good, but it might do that. I also have, there's a quality assurance policy that the school had. Like I say, it's not prescriptive, it's just what this school had. So I printed out all the policies and read through them so that I had a good idea or an understanding of where the school sat on certain things. We've got a learning and teaching policy, a health and well-being policy, an anti-bullying policy, an additional support needs policy. That's really, really thick. We've got a writing policy, a religious and moral education policy. We've also got a marking code. So I'm going to show you this actually. I'll take it out. So just double checking that there's nothing in there that can identify them. Yep, that's fine. So I don't want to identify this particular school. So the marking code there. So you've got SP for spelling, P for punctuation, you know, when you could have chosen a better one. So it's all different. They've got a marking code there. We've also got a curriculum national as well. Rationale. Oh, and I think, yeah, I think that is it. So I had that all printed out. I also had, so for my first day, I emailed the contact, the head teacher, made sure I found out, you know, when they wanted me, if they were doing any particular topics, if I needed to know anything, if I needed to prepare anything for me coming in. Yeah, so just sort of an idea as to, you know, who I was teaching, what level, how many, what they were doing right at that moment in time, you know, if there was a specific project or if there was things in maths, English, you know, languages, what languages they spoke, because this is another thing, you know, you're going to be expected to know different languages as well. So have a good grounding of maths, have a good grounding of English, but also being able to, you know, speak another language. Now, my first language, my second language was German. I'm very fortunate because I did French and German at school. I have at university, I have a very keen interest in languages, so I picked up Spanish on the way. I know a lot of children here speak Spanish as part of their classroom. I think the favoured language is still French. So, but it's these kind of things. But look, oh my goodness, at uni, I have to say that I've just completed a lecture and a workshop. I did a couple of workshops in languages, and they prepare you so well. They tell you how you can do so many activities with really limited vocabulary, and it's just, I really think it's such a good way to learn these things. Some of the things in university, when you go there, you're learning about the subject, but there's other subjects that you go into the tutorials and you're learning how to teach the subject, which is, it's amazing. If I can give feedback at all, then that's what I loved, and it's what I took the most away from. Okay, so so that's how I prepared for placement. I made sure I knew where I was going, and I spoke to the head teacher or the contact, and yeah, so and got my folder sorted. Turned up at 8:30, nervous as anything, and very fortunately in my first placement, you spend 2 weeks in observation. So you spend 2 weeks observing, and I'll do a different video specifically about that. But it gives you a really good ability to sort of settle yourself into the class and literally being able to observe the children, observe the little nuances, and sort of get an idea of the types of personalities and to create a relationship with those children. So yes, that's how I prepared for my placement, and I just want to answer this quick thing that's tagged on. Did you feel you'd covered enough at uni to go for it and jump right in? You could never, ever, ever cover enough at uni. Like, you really couldn't. But you learn by doing. That's what I would say. So I know I used to be a trainer, and I know a lot of people freak out when they have to do the actual practical side of things and they have to actually do the job, and they think, I had enough training, I'm not ready for this. Nobody's ever ready. No one is ever ready. If you feel like that, good, because that's exactly how you should be feeling. No one is ever ready, but it's about working really closely with your mentor teacher, and finding out about the children, the actual, you know, the subjects, things like that. I've mentioned before, when it comes to the curriculum, you can learn the bits. You do know it. It's just you might not remember the specifics, or you might not know certain specifics. You know, grammar. I've never learned so much about grammar, but you'll never be able to know everything. So it's about, you know, making sure that you have covered what you're going to be teaching. You are solid about it, you know, and that is something that you can learn, you know, the weekend before or whatever it is. You can go over it and go, right, okay, I know in my mind, I know how I'm going to teach this. It's the actual teaching part of it that takes practice, and the only way to get better at it is to practice. So I would definitely say that in order to prepare, you know, speak to the head teacher, get your folder sorted, make sure you've got all the guidelines from university and pass that on to your teacher, and yes, get stuck into it, because that's the only way you're going to learn. I hope this helps, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Comment down below if you've got any other questions. Thank you so much to everybody who's subscribed so far. And guys, don't forget to be the best you can be. Bye.